Trump 2.0 is rolling. Deportations are on and the left is melting down. Today we'll talk about the Minneapolis ICE shooting, Maduro finally captured in U.S. custody, and why Islam as an ideology is incompatible with the West and always will be. Tuesday in Minneapolis, ICE agent Jonathan Ross shot and killed Renee Good during an encounter where she accelerated towards him and other officers in her car. Cell video backs it up. It's clear self-defense. Feds call it attempted domestic terrorism. The left, protests, murder screams, demands for charges. Some people who cheered BLM riots are now crying police brutality when the feds are just doing their job. Hypocrisy level, expert. Then the big win. On January 3rd, U.S. forces raid Caracas, grabbed Maduro and his wife with no U.S. casualties. He's now in Brooklyn facing narco-terrorism and drug charges. Trump says we're holding the country until a transition happens. And honestly, it's long overdue for the guy who turned Venezuela into a cartel hub, poisoning our streets with all the drugs. And we'll close on the real threat. Islam. Not radicals, the core system. 1,400 years of supremacy, conquest, and no equality when it dominates. We're importing it while our birth rates crash, building parallel societies that demand sharia over our laws. Grooming scandals, no-go zones, and the end of free speech. The West was built on liberty. This demands submission. Suicidal empathy is letting the cancer spread. Stick around. Let's get into it.
Give me the clap, baby. Give me the clap. Pause.
Oh, you got something new?
Yeah. So this is a shout out to my boy Sam. You met him
Every week. You got your boy from last week though with that freaking.
Oh, that was my cousin.
What was that called again?
The nog, the oat nog.
Oat nog, good.
Yeah, that was rough.
No good. See, that's brown. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Shout out Sam. He gave me this for my birthday.
Sam,
which is up there. I would say they're clean. I washed them.
No, I was just moving it closer so we can get some.
They is up there with my birthday gifts, but number one is the capture of Maduro, which happened on my birthday, so that's amazing. We'll talk about that later.
Yo, it was on your birthday.
Yeah.
That's right.
I woke up
dude.
to that.
That's
dude.
crazy. I just
to that.
realized it.
That
calls for a celebration.
I agree. Glenn Levitt, Founders Reserve. Okay, and just so you have, just so you can get something to digest mentally. On the nose, you get delicate aromas of citrus fruit, notably sweet orange. Okay,
I won't smell any of that.
I agree. On the palate, you get sweet fruit notes of zesty oranges and
Won't
pears.
taste any of that either.
Well, with a hint of candy, toffee apples, well balanced and exceptionally smooth, and the finish, long, creamy, smooth. Pause. But you gotta love the advertising.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Founders Reserve. So let's see. Again,
let's try it out.
Shout out Sam. That's 3 shout outs for Sam.
Yeah. As long as we don't have that oat nog again, I'm good.
Let's see. Oh, give you a little pour there.
Good. Oh, I smelled the pear.
You like that?
I don't smell the pear. I'm just kidding.
Are you kidding me, dude? Well, it's the Founders Reserve, bro.
Cheers.
So give me a little clink. Here we go. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
That's good, huh?
Yeah, that's actually really good.
Sam, I know you were asking. He asked me. He was like,
What an upgrade from last week.
he was like, let me know when you pour that. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Ooh, I do get pear.
Hope you're watching, Sam.
He's not watching, dude. He's selfish. He did subscribe, though, I think. I don't know. It's not bad, though. It's really good.
Speaking of subscribe, hey, welcome. And make sure you subscribe.
Yes, please.
Hit the notification bell. Subscribe. Because we're going to be posting every week. These episodes come out every Sunday night. So
Past my bedtime.
absolutely at midnight. But you wake up in the morning on Monday morning when it's the worst time of the week. We have to get back to work after your weekend. What do you got? You got an episode of Dad Noise. You get to just enjoy on your commute to and from the house. Unless you have a longer than an hour or so commute. In which case you finish it all on the way there. But subscribe, like, share,
Instagram.
comment for the algorithm. Dan XL on the comments every last 2 episodes commenting for the algorithm. you gotta love the
Wow.
gotta love you respect
Loyalty.
the loyalty, the
Wow.
fervor,
Shout
right? To
out.
get the boys' names out there. I
Shout out.
respect
What
it.
a great
I love
guy.
it. I love it.
What a great guy. And
this
he was on a decline too. So
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
just kidding, Danny.
Random good news this week. I feel like we should do that every week. You know, just we don't even have to get into it. Just 3 good news, just nice little. Not even have to be good news. Just maybe interesting things that happen.
Sure.
And then we just I just bring it up, and then we'll get into the actual discussion.
Okay.
First one. U.S. trade deficit has fallen to its lowest since 2009. In March, it was a $136 billion deficit, and now it sits at $29 billion deficit. U.S. economic productivity surged 4.9%, marking its highest level since, well, the last Trump administration.
Shocker.
So good news right there for the trade deficit. It's the first time since 2009 it's been this low, and everything is looking like it's going to get, it's actually going to get much better. Second bit of, this is an interesting take more than good news, but they have recently found a mural in an excavation site near Galilee in Israel, dating back to the 2nd century, that calls the Apostle Peter the chief of the apostles. Interesting there for some Protestants need to explain that one, but just wanted to throw that out there.
Wow, I didn't hear that. Interesting.
Yeah, it hasn't really hit the news, but that did just happen. And last but not least, Trump is going to work on the housing market, restricting big companies from buying single-family homes. I just touched your camera there.
Yeah, you did. It's fine.
It's okay. Trump is going to work on the housing market, restricting big companies from buying single-family homes, and he's going to instruct the government or his aide to buy $200 billion in mortgage bonds. You know what that means for us? That's almost $100,000 per person for homeowners.
Yeah, but how does that work?
It draws down. Interest rates are going to go down.
Good.
More housing. There's going to be more supply because these big companies aren't buying. They won't be allowed to buy the houses, buy single family homes. So, fantastic start to the process of making owning a home more affordable for us young Americans. So another promise that he talked about before the election that he's trying to get to, and this would be huge for us, for everybody.
Everybody who doesn't own a home.
Pretty much any
non-homeowner.
any millennial. This is huge, and then all the new generation coming up as well.
Yeah, and the cherry on top is what I told you before. The White House just posted an hour ago, effective January 20th. I, as President of the United States, I am calling for a 1-year cap on credit card interest rates of 10%. So
that's interesting because I wonder, does that affect current
right, your current debt, right? Because that would be huge.
Or is it like any new debt? That's really interesting.
Yeah, because new debt is irrelevant to me because I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any new debt. I'm just trying to clear up old one.
But yeah, that was the 3 little pieces of news / interesting takes that happened either recently or this past week. I know a lot of it was related to Trump, so if you're a Libby and you're watching, I'm sorry.
I mean,
not really.
He is the president of the United States.
He is your president specifically. Yes.
Yeah.
But
whether you like it or not.
But the big talk this week, well, the big talk was the Maduro.
We'll get to that.
But the latest thing is this ICE shooting in Minneapolis. Kind of took everything by storm. That's all people are talking about.
Do you want me to go?
Well, before you go, let me just lay out what happened. So, ICE agent Jonathan Ross. Jonathan Ross, by the way, is an Iraqi vet, and he is the same guy. I don't know if you saw this video a couple months ago. He's the same guy who got dragged. Remember, there was a video of a guy, ICE agent, who was on top of the car. The car sped off. He was on top of it, and then down the road, kind of gets off the camera. Apparently, the guy hits the brake. The guy falls. The ICE agent falls. That's the same guy.
Was that in Minnesota as well?
No, that was somewhere else. But that's the same guy.
The reason I ask is because that's cooked. Imagine you go through something like that, and then you're like, "Yeah, get me out of the state," and then you go there, and then this happens.
I'm the reason I'm mentioning this is that it's the same guy. Imagine now you're in the same position in front of a car. Last time you didn't shoot.
Yep.
I'm just putting that out there. So this guy, the same guy who went through this, fatally shot Renee Good. She was 37, mother of 3. during an immigration enforcement op in Minneapolis. Go ahead if you want to get into it a little bit.
It's okay. So I'm gonna try to comment and look at this objectively. Okay. In terms of, I'm gonna put my political views aside, and I'm gonna have a conversation as a human being.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Number one, most importantly, somebody's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't care what your political views are. Somebody's dead. And to whoever on the right is saying that these people who are protesting are domestic terrorists, to the people on the left who are saying that ICE is domestic terrorists, do me a favor, go on Google, type in Afghanistan, type in Al-Qaeda, type in Osama bin Laden if you want to know what a real terrorist is. She's dead. Okay. The video came out today, I believe, of the body cam footage of the guy.
Yeah, it was actually his cell phone footage. He was recording.
On his phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So, off the rip, right? Somebody who I liked in the past, but now he's an idiot, Jimmy Kimmel, and a bunch of these other idiots who love to comment on stuff to fuel their own political views. I'm watching you for comedy. I'm not watching for your political views, okay? But she's dead, right? The original video that I saw, which was the one that we saw from the driver's side of the car behind, and then an hour later, you saw the one from like that, the rooftop of a house or whatever, like 3 houses down.
Mm-hmm.
Still not a great video.
But those are the only two angles
only two angles that we saw.
had. Yeah.
And off the rip, it was she tried to run him over, or whatever the narrative that was spun. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I saw it and I said, not enough. This was what, 2 days ago? This was Wednesday. It happened, right? I think
Happened
or
on
Thursday.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today the body cam footage comes out, and I see it.
Wait, no, it happened. Yeah.
So I look at the body cam footage, and people who were saying that she was scared, she was this, she was that. She was not. Her face is clear as day on the video.
Yeah,
okay?
She was talking shit.
I heard that she was backing out of her driveway. I heard that she was
Yeah, that she lived there.
that she lived there, but the license plate on the
Yeah.
back said Missouri.
Yeah,
So try
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I heard that she was getting out of the way. If you saw the video before that happened, the beginning of that video, she went like this for the other car to go through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to discuss whether or not you agree with ICE or not, okay? You don't have to agree with it, but by law, you may not view them as a federal agency, but they are. By law, they are a federal force, just like CIA, FBI, DEA, Homeland Security. They are. If you do not agree with what they are doing, that's a different conversation. Okay?
Right.
And I'm going to say this to you because, and I know you're not going to agree. After watching that video, in my opinion,
Which video? The latest one?
the latest one, the body cam or the cell phone video from
Yeah.
from the officer. From what I saw, I do not think she was deliberately trying to run him over. My opinion is she was trying to get the hell out of there, not get arrested, and peace out.
Mhm.
Bye. Now, use your brain when the guy's trying to open the door and get you out of the car, whatever the case, right?
Giving you orders.
Giving you orders. Don't floor it. Don't get out.
Yeah.
Right? My opinion is she was not trying to run him over deliberately. Only a lunatic would try to do that, which there are lunatics that exist.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I think the fact, the idea that she wasn't deliberately trying to run him over,
Mhm.
like to kill him, is I think a fair assessment.
But hold on. Here's my counter, or here's the point I'm trying the point I'm trying to make with all this.
Yeah.
Okay. It's sad that Stephen A. Smith, a sports analyst, is by far the most sound mind on the independent/democratic side, right? Because whenever these other people talk, and when I say democratic side, I think most Americans who consider themselves liberal or Democrat are not idiots. And what I mean by that is they don't stand for what the people in government are spewing, right? Your Tim Walz, your AOC, Gavin Newsom. I don't think that they agree with that. But unfortunately, that's who leads the party.
Yeah,
okay?
That's the leader.
That's the leader. And Stephen A. Smith had a good point because he talked about it on his, because he's got, I think, a Sirius XM podcast where it's political, it's not sports. I forget the name of it. But it's like straight talk, straight shooter, straight to the point, something like that.
Yeah.
And he said, by law, the ICE agent did not commit a crime. It was, you're impeding on
No, it's absolutely self-defense. I mean, I forget what the code is, but like
Yeah,
the code is if
brought it
somebody uses a car as a means,
a weapon,
right. There is deadly force is legally, he's allowed to legally use deadly force.
Right.
Yeah.
With that being said, I think that like Stephen A. Smith was like, oh, shoot the tires, shoot the car, right? Whatever or let her go.
Get her later,
chase her down.
Right.
All of which I agree with.
Yeah.
Here's my only counter to that. If I'm a police officer, if I am CIA, FBI, ICE, right? Just like, what's her name? Renee, just like Renee, who had a child, and then stuff's coming out that she's got 3. I don't know, but she for sure has a child. If I'm police, DEA, whoever, and I'm in that situation, it's easy to talk from afar, looking at it in a lens.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're in the situation, if it's me, right? I'm married with a child. My life is more important to me than hers.
Right.
Period.
Yeah. I mean, that's, again,
period.
That makes total sense.
I'm
with you.
We can discuss whether you agree with what ICE is doing, whether she should have been there, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, someone's dead because of this. And the cherry on top for me, which I have sympathy, I have empathy, because it's this situation was avoidable.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Absolutely avoidable.
What if, because I learned recently that you can't argue with facts, you can't argue with data with someone who doesn't agree with you. You have to, because I was having this conversation with somebody on Instagram, but you have to argue with just just flipping the narrative. So if she ran him over and killed him,
right,
what would the narrative be?
Absolute, just super happiness from the left. It would be almost Charlie Kirk-esque coming from the left. The amount of celebration and jubilance that would be coming out of all of the "I told you so's," all of the "this is what happens when you try to." We have to kill these Nazis, whatever. Yep. That's exactly what it would be. And I have no doubt about what that would be. So let me say my piece a little bit here too. I will preface everything by saying I am not happy that she is dead.
Mm-hmm.
I would never wish anybody on either side of the aisle to die because of, I will say, I mean, what killed her is her being brainwashed, her being brainwashed to drive hours. She didn't live in state. She drove hours to Minneapolis to try and, as if she's like the main character in her movie, and wants to be the one to be a part of something bigger and make a difference and do something in a situation that is way bigger than her, in a situation that is lawful. Now you're impeding officers from doing their job. Let me just say, I'm not happy she's dead.
Right.
But to say that it was completely unjustifiable, I think is crazy.
Agreed. So I agree with that.
If you watch the slow-mo video, there's just the one from the lady that's filming from the sidewalk right there. The wheel's turning. She's backing up. As soon as she stops backing up, the wheel starts turning. The tire is actually ice underneath the car. The tire spins, and it's facing straight at the officer because she's still in the middle of turning the wheel this way. So if there was no ice, the car would have lunged forward way before it did because of the ice that was there. And that officer would have been more in the line of fire of the car, so to speak, than he was at the end. Then you got to imagine, dude, this is the same guy who was dragged by a car earlier this year.
And got 30 stitches.
What are you doing in this? Are you gonna not shoot like you didn't shoot last time and get dragged yards down the road and then have to get your? So what I'm saying is like, you're right. This was completely avoidable. But you know why it was avoidable? Because she should have been home with her children.
The reports coming out that she dropped her kid off at school. Like, it's crazy how like stuff comes out.
She should have been home with her children. Like,
but how can you drop your kid off at school if you don't live in the state?
Your family, whatever. I don't know. I don't trust these reports from these people anyways. Like they're saying poet, like whatever. All the headlines. JD went into it yesterday on the in the press conference. But the fact is, it was avoidable if she wasn't brainwashed by the media. If she wasn't brainwashed by all the talking points that come out of the left. Because, dude, she wasn't just a random woman. She was leading the caravan. It wasn't just one car. There were like 15 cars. She was the one leading the caravan. She was the one leading this whole thing to impede the office from doing their job. It wasn't a one car thing. She was the one. There was a lady that spoke right after, and she said, Renee was doing everything she wanted to do. Everything she came to accomplish to do here, she was doing, which was getting in the way, impeding, and getting the car in front, blocking the road. Oh, I did
see that video.
Yeah.
Of the older lady. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. Like, and so it's exactly what she was trying to do. But then it comes to a point when you've been, because apparently she had been impeding for more than an hour. It wasn't just right there that she just got there. It was like over the course of an hour, she's following these agents around Minneapolis while they're trying to do their jobs. And she then goes in and keeps impeding. Comes a point where the officers, now it's becoming unsafe. And they're like, all right, we're going to take you in. Like, we're going to get you out of the car. You're going to get arrested because we've been kind of letting you go, but now we can't anymore. So now you get a lawful order, get out of the car, step out of the car. And she completely ignores it. Obviously, we see what happened in the video, especially today. They were saying, oh, she lived. I love the reports. She lived right there. She was coming back out of her driveway. Or the ones that said that she was just a random person driving by, that she was nothing to do. And then the video comes out today of her literally shit talking the officer.
Yeah, the chick that was, I don't know if it was her girlfriend or whatever.
It's her wife apparently.
The chick that was like shit talking the officer.
Yeah, they were both shit talking, but like, yeah, like, but that's exactly what they were doing,
bro.
It's exactly what they were there for, John. But that's my point.
You don't have to agree with this shit.
But they were there doing exactly what they wanted to do, which was impede. Now, what's the best way to not get shot by a police officer, dude? You either don't get yourself involved, or you just do everything that he asks you to do.
Yeah.
If you decide to step on the accelerator when there's a cop to your left and a cop in front of you, in front of the car, dude, the cop has every single right to defend himself, because, like you said, he probably wants to go home to his wife and his child.
Yeah.
So the idea is like, this was avoidable, and it was avoidable because she should have been home with her children. Her trying to stop ICE from doing something that is legal. ICE isn't doing anything that is illegal. ICE isn't doing anything that is like,
you don't have to agree,
insane.
But it's not illegal.
It's not illegal. Dude. And the best part about this is, how do you know that the person, like, they're impeding ICE from getting the guy or whatever? How do you know that guy isn't a freaking criminal?
Right.
Like a bad criminal, like the guy is a rapist or something like insane. How do you know that? Like, and you're over here impeding ICE from doing their job when this guy that's getting taken in could be one of the worst criminals in the U.S. and you don't know that. So, you know, like,
I also have a problem with. So I did like what JD said, because I think that you need to, you know, when you're in office, you need to like, at the end of the day, law enforcement is government, right?
Yeah.
The police, state troopers, all that stuff. But my problem too is, though, I think just like Charlie Kirk got assassinated 3 months ago. 4.
Yeah.
Damn, it's been 4 months, right? October, November, December,
Yeah,
January, 4 months. 4 months tomorrow, and I still haven't heard any reports come out, like, from the investigation from the FBI. So, in my opinion, JD should have been like, listen, saw what happened. Okay. We're going to investigate, and we'll brief you once we're done. But and I know where we fall, but when you have the right blaming the left, which
for what? Blaming the left for what?
the right blames the left, right? Which in this particular case, I do agree with, because when you have Tim Walz and that stupid ass mayor of Minneapolis saying, resist them, and it's not just them, it's all over the country.
Yeah.
But people it's your elected officials telling your citizens to go out and get in the way. You're not getting in the way of a bar fight.
Yeah.
You're getting in the way of law enforcement. At the end of the day, whether you agree with if they should be or not, they are law enforcement by title, by law.
Yeah.
And they're armed.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
And you're getting in the way.
How deranged can
on
you
purpose.
be? How deranged can you be to think that you're special enough to get in between an officer doing his job and an illegal immigrant? Like,
if ICE,
that's
if
pure
ICE,
derangement,
if ICE
dude.
grabs somebody, which there's again, these reports always come out to fit the narrative of whoever is speaking, right?
Right.
But if a report comes out and says ICE grabbed a citizen, because those reports have come out, right?
Yeah.
And deported a citizen, right? Okay, sure.
Deported a citizen or just grabbed a citizen?
Deported. There's been
that's BS.
Well, I agree, but
Yeah.
there's reports that deported and he got sent to El Salvador, a citizen. Okay, well I'm pretty
BS.
sure you get to the airport and I'm a citizen, dude. Look me up.
Yeah.
Like, we have technology, but it's all good. If that happens, I don't agree with that.
Of course not.
Let's just say that happened.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it.
I'll be the first one to talk against
I'm
that.
still not outside protesting it. And you want to say that protesting is your right. It is your right.
Go get a job.
It
dude.
is. Hold on.
I'm
It is
sorry.
your right. It is your right. It's
Protest
your right.
is important.
But hear me out. With all the protests we've seen in the last, going back to Biden, right? Because you have George Floyd, all that stuff. Going back to all those protests, feel free to give me your opinion. Feel free to check Google. What has it solved?
Absolutely nothing. Well, you know why it's solved absolutely nothing, though, John? It's because the causes are BS causes. Like, it's a BS cause. It's always it's a narrative cause that can be easily disproven by the other side. It's not a cause that is righteous or virtuous in a way that is also factual, right? When you, for example, civil rights back in the 60s, that's something that is virtuous, that is moral, something that is something that I can use morality to prove. I can use morality to uplift this argument, right? Because it is the equality of all human beings.
Right.
Totally in agreement with that. And then it's even for the people on the other side that disagree with that, they're not bringing any facts over. They're bringing ideologies. They're bringing racist ideologies,
Feelings.
right? Feelings and ideologies, but they're none of them are rooted in anything that is grounded in anything objective. It's all ideological. That's why none of these have happened, because all of these protests have been ideological. None of them are grounded in anything.
I think it goes deeper. I think it's paid, because when Maduro got captured, you had
I was
people.
going to get there too. There's definitely there's an entire thing going on behind the scenes of paid protesters. There was a lady yesterday protesting the shooting on ICE, and then the Fox reporter was like, "Don't you guys have jobs?" And she was like, "I'm getting paid right now." She said, and then the Fox reporter was like,
You had people with the Maduro thing. You had people in New York and California with the same signs.
Yeah, we'll get to that one. But what I'm saying is, that's why the protests haven't gone anywhere. It's because it's ideological, right? When you protest, for example, like the shooting, the lady could have been behind the car and said, "I'm going to run you over," and then hit the accelerator, and there would still be some leftists who would be like,
she was justified.
"How can she shoot him? How can he shoot her?"
Yeah.
Like, none of it is based on facts, right? So the idea is you watch the video, they're clearly trying to do exactly what they're trying to do. Everything that they're doing there is what they want to accomplish, which is just impede.
Yeah.
Right? And the guy is clearly in front of the car. She hits the accelerator. The guy has every right to defend himself, and does. And when you talk to like a far left person right now, they're going to say there was absolutely zero reason he should have shot her. She should have been able to do whatever she wanted. Think about that. If she ran him over, and let's say she didn't kill him, but she like ran him over, he got hurt, it would have been, he had it coming. That's what happens when you're a Nazi.
The same thing.
That's the
everything
price
they said
of doing
about Charlie
business.
Kirk.
Exactly. So I don't have any fake empathy like for these people when it comes to certain things. Like, because I know what would happen if it was opposite. If the opposite happened and he got ran over and got killed, I'm not going to pretend to have some fake empathy. I don't like that she died. I wish she was alive. But for me to sit here and that now try to, like, in a way make it seem like I'm not justifying her death at all. But the idea that, like, it wasn't what she did was completely, like, out of the realm of possibility that she would have gotten hurt is crazy to me. The guy has a gun, you don't. You hit the accelerator and you're surprised that the person gets shot. It doesn't make any sense, dude. It doesn't make any sense.
When Charlie got shot, people that I know, he said some outlandish things. He said things that didn't sit right with people. Okay, show me a clip. You can't, because everything that he says is backed up by data and you don't agree. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to agree.
Yeah.
When he got shot, the quote was from everybody: play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yep.
Imagine if I said that about Renee. Imagine.
Dude, that's the difference between a Libby and a Republic or a conservative.
And nobody on the right is going out here and saying
nobody wishes she was dead on the right.
Wishes she was dead.
Nobody.
And what did the left, forget citizens. I'm talking about what did the people in office say about Charlie Kirk who were on the left?
Right.
He was a racist.
Exactly.
He was a fascist.
They doubled down.
The death is not justifiable.
Yeah, they doubled
but
down.
He was racist.
They doubled down.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Dude, that's what I'm saying. This whole thing, even when these people are out there protesting, John, they're not even protesting the person getting arrested right there, the illegal immigrant, or even ICE. It's just anti-Trump.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, it's anti-Trump. Dude, Trump, it's all anti-Trump.
Yeah.
That's why I don't give it that much time of day, because at the end of the day, it's not anything, like, it's not based on anything except their derangement of Trump. It's whatever he does, they're
a problem.
They're called to go against him, dude. They're called to go against him. That's literally what it is. It's like they're so brainwashed that as soon as something happens, that Trump does something, they come in lockstep. They're just ready to go. Like, what are we supposed to protest now? Oh, okay, it's this. Okay, yeah, like, let's do it. Oh, now this week it's this. Okay, dude, it's like every week it's the same thing. No matter what Trump does, no matter what happens.
Or who's around him.
Yeah.
RFK is trying to do right by vaccines, and these people want to get jabbed.
Yeah.
RFK just announced the food pyramid thing.
Yep.
And they're against it. Yo, can you imagine a guy simply his only goal since he dropped out of the race, his only goal is to make America healthy. Stop eating processed foods.
Yep.
Stop taking vaccines that you don't need to, or take them in this order, do this and this and this. We all know the CDC and the FDA are bullshit. We all know it. There's documentaries on Netflix about all the shit that's in our food.
Yeah.
How Purdue chicken, you grab chicken and it's from Purdue, and they said it was inspected by the FDA and the CDC, and there's a whole documentary on Netflix or Hulu or whatever it is about all their chicken. They grabbed 100 pieces from random locations, all have salmonella. Are you kidding me with this shit?
Exactly.
And he's trying to. That's
what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's so anti-Trump.
It's because he's on the Trump administration.
Exactly.
Because if Kamala had won,
100%,
and she appointed RFK, and he came out with the same studies and the same data.
Yep.
God bless RFK.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's just anti-Trump.
And
I wrote this down because I thought this was important. I said, Trump got shot, and they said, "Oh, it sucks the shooter missed."
Mm-hmm.
Charlie got assassinated, and all the idiots celebrated. It lasted for weeks, the celebration.
Months. There's still people on trolling on Facebook.
I don't know if you know Ashley, the girl who got shot on January 6th,
right?
Yeah.
She got her skull crushed.
Yeah. Ashley got shot on January 6th. She was unarmed, by the way. But because she was a Trump supporter, what happened? Celebrations online. They said, "Oh, she's MAGA, so she deserved it." All that stuff. All the celebration.
MAGA, dude.
That's what I'm saying. And so it's all self-righteous, like, justification, right? And it would last for days. So you see all that. So that's why, like, I'm not falling, dude, for this fake and, like, toxic, like, this toxic idea of, like, this toxic empathy, because, like, I saw their true colors, bro. Like, I already saw the true colors. Like, when Trump got shot in the bullet, they all got pissed off that he wasn't shot. Same thing with Charlie when he got shot, dude. And then like Ashley, the same idea that she got shot and they were super happy.
Charlie left behind a wife and 2 kids. Where was your empathy there?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all fake. Oh, because she's a mother. So was Charlie, dude.
Yeah.
But everybody else said, doesn't matter. He deserved it. He's a Nazi, whatever. So like, I don't fall for this fake toxic empathy, dude, because their true colors have already come out. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, plenty of times. So I'm never going to fall for it, dude. I'm never going to sit here and be like, yeah, you know what? The left, man. Like, yeah, I have no reason to want to meet a liberal in the middle, to come to terms and meet them in the middle. I don't care to meet most liberals in the middle.
I don't care either, but I think that's the only way to solve this.
No, I think we just win. We just win.
Well,
we just win with ideas. We just get more people to our side.
Well, at least we have ideas.
No, that's exactly. But like, that's why I don't care to meet in the middle with them, dude, because all I get from them is hate.
Yeah,
it's
is true.
Fake empathy. It's
not
toxic.
all. It's not all.
And it's just like,
but it's a lot.
This self-righteous, like pompous idea of like, we know what's best for society always, and your way is bad. You're not. It's all name calling. None of it means anything. It's so like, after this whole thing, dude, I'm like, as much as I absolutely hate the fact that she died, that's where I end it. I stopped talking about it there. Yeah. I won't talk anymore to make her family and her
you
kids.
Won't win.
Like,
you won't win the argument.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't care.
Right.
If it was him that died and I was if you're trying to defend and talk about empathy for him, they would all be absolutely jumping on top of him. So
I'll end with this, and then you can play that video. If Kamala had won, okay, and deported and released ICE, nobody would have an issue.
No, but she wouldn't release ICE. That's the problem.
Well, let's just say she did.
Oh no, bro. They want another 20 million immigrants, ICE, illegal immigrants coming.
Whether you want to agree with it or disagree with it, ICE was in charge, or rather dispatched by the administration, because Biden administration opened the border. And you and I are a product of immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We are a product of immigrants. I've seen people get deported. I know people who got deported.
Me too.
Okay? I know people. They're in Brazil right now. I'm friends with them on Facebook. They're in Brazil. Going into a country, whether it's through a cave, okay, through Mexico, or getting a visa, coming, and then overstaying your visa, you are breaking the law.
Yes.
Period.
You figure that's so simple. It shouldn't be that complicated.
Any country on earth has the same laws. England, France, Italy, you name it. You cannot go to another country and overstay your visa unless there's an exception, whether you're going there to study, et cetera, stuff like that, right? If you do that, you are breaking the law.
Right. It's super simple.
The Biden administration allowing all the people in from the border, it's not an immigration issue. It's a security issue.
Yeah.
Point blank.
It's not just security either.
Thinking that
it's
we're
economic. It's economic.
Well,
too.
yes.
It's economic.
But stop thinking that we're like, oh, you guys don't like immigrants.
Buddy, we are immigrants.
We are immigrants.
Like, what are you talking about?
We are immigrants.
Like,
my parents were born in Brazil.
Yeah. I was born in Brazil. So that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, it's just so funny, man. Like, let me just say this, because I feel like we're going to beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
Here. But this year, this is something I should have brought out. I actually should have mentioned this in the good news in the beginning. The U.S. going into 2026 is experiencing the largest drop in all-cause mortality, I think ever. The biggest drop. There was a 30% less deaths in 2025 going into 2026 than there has been since this started being recorded.
Who was in office 2025?
So less people have died this year and going into 2026. Now let's look at some of the things that have happened this year. Number one thing, in my opinion, close the border.
Yeah.
You closing the border, dude, border crossings are virtually zero at this point. Just to give you an idea, there was a month on on Biden's last year, it was like 100 and something thousand people were crossing every day, like something crazy.
Jesus.
Or 10,000, 10,000 people were crossing every day for like months. So you can imagine hundreds of thousands of people in a few months. And the numbers are about, on the high end, 20 million people came in here illegally in 4 years.
That's almost the population of Venezuela right now.
Insane, right? So, but closing the border, number one, closing the border doesn't just stop people from coming here that are going to that are going to commit murder or cause some type of death, but it also stops the drugs coming in here via the border that are also killing people.
Yep.
Right? The Trump going after the drugs in the ocean, the drug boats that are also would be coming in here, getting rid of that. More law enforcement in the streets, right? He's in the National Guard, essentially because he's conservative. Conservatives normally, like a lot of the states, are boosting up. They're not defunding the police. They're funding it more, supporting it more.
Good.
Which means more presence in the streets, which means less crime. So less that. So all of these things have happened this year, and it culminated in 30%, the largest drop in deaths from 1 year to another since it's been recorded. And if it's not since it's been recorded, it's probably since over the last 40 years, something crazy. 30% less deaths. Just think about that. And you could probably link that to maybe one or two, or maybe just those three things that I just mentioned. It doesn't need to be a whole thing, because Trump what he's done is pretty basic stuff. He's not forcing people to eat different. He's not enforcing you to take something that you don't want to take. Nothing. All he did was just secure the country.
And 2 million deported themselves.
Yeah, he secured the country, and here we go. Somehow, right? Because the left is gonna try to claim this as some other cause, which is fine. But the idea is Trump became president, the largest drop in all cause mortality from year to year. Just wanted to mention that as the last thing before we go over to the next subject.
And the other percentage is probably abortion, but we'll save that for a different day.
Well, as much as I would love for that to be the case, if it was abortion, that number would be much bigger. But there's no way that they would count abortion as cause of mortality, because they don't even consider those babies human.
Yeah, but if you kill a pregnant woman, it's double homicide. Anyways, play the video.
75 million babies
disgusting
aborted over just in Planned Parenthood.
Play that video so that people can understand.
Yeah, this video, I'm gonna let you guys just explain it to the people watching. This is just a reminder. If you're a liberal, this is a reminder of your party not very long ago, and if you're a conservative, you were probably a liberal before, because it's gonna sound very much like how we talk now, and if you didn't know that they were like this, you'll be pretty surprised.
In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes.
Senator Biden, yes or no, would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked.
No questions asked.
Workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous.
Officially so tired.
Oh, and in that statement too, Hillary goes, "You get in line and learn to speak English."
Oh yeah.
Imagine Trump said that. Imagine if Trump said that. Oh my God. Oh my God. If Trump said learn how to speak English.
Oh,
holy cow, dude.
So good. No, that's really good. So I think we can get past the ICE shooting.
Yeah.
And I think we can the best way to not die by police is don't try to run them over when they're doing their jobs. Listen to them when they give you orders, especially if you're impeding their job on a day-to-day basis. I think you'll live much longer. Doing
protesting is important. If you work for a company, for example, we've seen it, and they're treating their employees unfairly. The pay is low, whatever the case may be, and you have the workers outside protesting the company. You're valuable. You're the workers.
Oh, I'm 100% in favor.
I'm not against protesting.
I'm 100% in favor of protesting,
but make it make sense.
Yes, and peaceful protesting also.
Yeah, peaceful protesting is a huge thing, because these are not peaceful protests.
Yeah.
You barricading a road so people don't get through to do their job is not like this falls back to whether or not you agree with ICE, and that's fine. You don't have to agree with ICE.
Yeah,
you're still getting in the way.
Don't have
point
to
blank.
Agree.
You're getting in the way. Point blank.
Yeah.
But
all right, Maduro, we got him, boys.
Happy birthday to me,
dude. Happy birthday. That happened on your birthday.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody wish John happy birthday in the comments.
Thank you.
29
29 feels good. 29 feels good.
Dude, before we get into it,
Mm-hmm.
the sickest thing, they need to make a movie about this eventually, because one of the guards, Venezuelan guards, they asked him about how that night was. This guy lived, right? He was alive after this whole thing happened. And dude, the operation was just executed
flawless,
to perfection. Do you know how many guys there were? How many actual American soldiers?
couple hundred, no? Or am I crazy?
20.
Oh, on the ground.
Yeah,
But ships.
No. Yeah. I'm
okay.
talking about on the ground. 20 guys.
Wow.
20 guys.
That's
bro.
zero Dark 30 shit.
20 guys, right? Listen.
That's zero Dark 30 shit.
From a tactical perspective, I'm talking about. Absolutely, beautifully, the whole thing. It was 8 helicopters, 20 dudes. The guard said that he didn't hear them coming. They had no idea. By the time that he
they shut
realized
the
what
lights
was
off
going
in the whole
on.
city.
Yeah. By the time he realized what was going on, it was their guys were already there. Dude, the US had F-35s in the air shooting down the anti-air missiles. They had unmanned drones.
Chinese, by the way. All that stuff was the Venezuela had was all Chinese equipment.
Oh, it was Chinese and Russian. Yeah.
How'd that work out?
Right. The drones took out all the dude. There's a rumor because somebody in Puerto Rico recorded it that morning. It was still dusk, or it was still in the morning. The sun was just coming up. One of these things landing. There's a new drone that the U.S. has been working on, unmanned, and apparently they saw it land in Puerto Rico that morning after the operation, and they're saying that might have been used in that operation.
Oh shit!
And so you had drones and F-35s. You're talking thousands and thousands of feet up in the air, destroying the SAMs, destroying critical infrastructure. And the SAMs couldn't even see these things. They didn't even know what they were getting shot from, which is incredible. And then the guard also mentioned, this is interesting, some form of direct energy weapon where they got shot at by something sound wise or whatever. They all started bleeding by their eyes and their ears.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it's acoustic, the sound. There's already been talk of this happening, but it's a direct energy weapon, they call it. Apparently, this happened that night as well. They also use this to kind of deter some people, and then we went in, and in half hour, we went into somebody else's country, and 30 minutes later, we come out of that country with their president. I mean, bro, that is some crazy zero Dark 30 stuff. That is awesome. So just from an operation, just from a tactical thing, I thought it was really cool. But obviously, this goes much further than a lot of that.
Correct.
Especially for Venezuelans.
Yeah. So this one hits home a little bit. Obviously, my wife is Venezuelan, born there. You've met her family, her dad, her stepmom, her sister, her stepsister, her aunts and uncles. 80% of the people that were at my wedding, born and raised Venezuelans. Okay. So this is kind of a PSA to everybody. Doesn't matter, Democrat or Republican. I don't care. This is a PSA to anybody who's a moron, and especially to the morons who over the summer were protesting No Kings, and then they were in the streets of New York and all over the country protesting for a king. Because you guys just add
idiots, dude,
dumb on top of dumb.
Idiots.
Okay. So I wrote this down because a lot of shit here. So for starters, my wife is Venezuelan, right? Which makes my son have Venezuelan blood as well. Okay. Now, she was born and raised there. Came here before, I think she came here right after 9/11. So she didn't get to witness 9/11, but she came here, I think, either end of 01 or early 02. She was here. Okay. Now, at that point, Venezuela was under Hugo Chavez. Now, if you don't know what Hugo Chavez is, it's a dictator.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Now, her family, her dad came first, and then he went back and obviously to establish housing and establish a job here, all this stuff. And then he went back and got my wife and her sister. Why did they come? Because the country was shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Chavez and
because
Maduro.
communism doesn't work.
Communism doesn't work. Chavez printed money. Okay. And their unemployment rate now, I think, is at 90%. You could fact check that, but their unemployment rate now is ridiculously
90 is
high.
pretty high. That would be crazy if it's 90%.
It's up there. Okay. Now, if you don't know anything about Venezuela, Venezuela was one of the most wealthiest countries in South America, if not the wealthiest, in terms of oil, gold, everything. They were a prospering country, the best in South America. Okay. And I mean, not that says much when you look at like Mexico and Peru and El Salvador and Argentina, Brazil, whatever. But they were arguably the best country economically in South America before Chavez took it and just plummeted.
Yeah, I actually have some things to talk about regarding that later, but go ahead.
Now, he died, right? I forget what year he died, 2012, some shit like that. I don't know. He appointed Maduro. He was like, yo, you take over, right? Cool. The past election, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the numbers, but Maduro, you know the woman, Machado, right? So he blocked her from being on the ballot for the last 15 years. Okay?
Yep.
And the elections have been rigged. He, by numbers, has lost elections and refuses to accept, give up power and accept the numbers.
Yeah.
Right? Now, I don't know if it was under, if I'm not mistaken, it was under Maduro himself. I don't know if the numbers bleed into Chavez, but 8 million, or close to 8 million, it's 7 and change, 7.8, whatever, million Venezuelans have left the country under this regime. 25% of their population left because of poverty, because of dictatorship, and they came to America. They went to all over the world, Brazil, they went everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. And when I mean like this is real Venezuelans, right? Not your Rosie O'Donnell or Ellen DeGenerate, right? These are real Venezuelans that left, okay? Under a real communism dictatorship regime, not because you didn't like Orange Man, okay?
Right.
Now, Maduro, as we all saw on the internet, said to Trump, come and get me.
Dude, some of the edits done by this.
Amazing. The Biden administration, and you can Google this, because that dumbass lady who interviewed Marco Rubio and said that why didn't you get the other 4 people in charge as well?
Yeah.
Some of the people that she named that were left behind, the Biden administration has put bounties on these people's heads, $25, $50 million bounties on these people. Okay? Trump gets called out. Come get me. Right? So, okay. He goes and gets you. Right? Now, this was done in, I think, the entire operation, which was being planned since August of 2025. This was done in a couple hours. Like, I'm talking about, like, you know, leaving, going.
Yeah, yeah. It all took 2 hours, but really it was like 30
couple
minutes.
Hours. 0 American casualties.
Yep.
0 American casualties. Okay? And why do I bring that up? We did that in a couple hours. How long has Russia and Ukraine been at war?
Yep. A few years, 5 years.
Okay. So, and if you don't know, I mean, you got to be an idiot, but Maduro is in bed with China and Russia, our enemies.
Oh, they were.
Well, was, right? Okay. And again, this is an illegitimate president that has been starving his people. Forget the drug trafficking. I don't care about drug trafficking because you're never going to end that. You're never going to end that. You can try, you can minimize it, you can bring the number down, but you're never going to eliminate
Never
drugs.
going to get rid of it completely.
You're never going to get rid of it.
I agree.
He's starving his people. My wife's mom is still there till this day. Venezuela and the United States, it ended in 2019 when the U.S. closed its embassy in Venezuela.
Yeah.
You cannot fly to Venezuela. If we can go technically, her Venezuelan passport is expired, but now she has an American passport. So do I. I can probably get in with my Brazilian, right, because it's in South America. But we would have to fly to Puerto Rico, fly to DR, maybe fly to Brazil.
Fly somewhere else.
And then fly into Venezuela.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So all this is happening. We find out last Saturday, right? And what's the first thing that was said? he didn't get congressional approval. He did a war crime.
Yeah.
Bombs. Let's stop bombing Venezuela. Nobody bombed Venezuela. The bombs that went off were at Maduro's compound, not the city.
And critical infrastructure related to the defense.
The military. His military is what got bombed. Not
exactly. Nothing urban or nothing civilian got bombed.
Now, you want to talk about war crimes? No problem. Do you remember, what's the name I'm thinking about here? Oh, that's right. Afghanistan. Oh, hold on. Iraq. Remember that? Okay. Bush didn't get congressional approval to go to Iraq. And on top of that, then goes to Afghanistan, to the wrong country. You want to talk about political agendas? After 9/11 happened, we went to war with Afghanistan when Iraq was the real problem, right? Now, let me ask you, do you think we got congressional approval to go get bin Laden? Do you think we
Definitely not.
Do you think we got congressional approval to go get Saddam Hussein? No? Okay. So, and then the liberal, well, I'm not even going to say liberal, but I think for most American, the savior of America, right? Barack Obama, right? And you can fact check this. Across multiple countries in 2016, his last year of his election, the final year of his election before Trump came into office, do you have any idea? I don't know the name of the countries. It's like Yemen, all those Middle East countries, Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, etc. Do you know how many bombs Barack Obama dropped in 2016 alone? Because I have the number here. You ready? 26,171 bombs across all those countries in 2016. Obama and Bush spent $3 trillion on the war on terror.
Yeah.
Right? Bush took his whole administration to try and do it. It took half of Obama's first administration to go find bin Laden. And we got Maduro in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. During those wars, across, the war on terror, as we'll call it, 100,000 troops deployed on American military.
Yeah.
2,500 soldiers died fighting the Taliban.
Yeah.
2,500 died. Okay? And the cherry on top, the entire time bin Laden was in Pakistan, is the cherry on top. So you want to talk about intelligence?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So, no problem. So that was the initial headline. Next, what do they pivot to? Oil. Right? Okay. Oh, it's about oil. It's about oil. It's about oil.
My favorite, dude,
Okay.
is this.
Okay. It's about oil. Why do you think China was there?
Yeah.
Why do you think
Russia.
Putin and Russia were there? Because they were playing dominoes
Exactly.
and drinking Modelo's, or
it's like that video.
or because of oil?
They want the recipe to the arepas?
Yeah, or they want the recipe to arepas. What are we doing here, bro? What are we doing here?
Dude, my favorite thing about the oil is the fact that Trump comes out that same day and says, oh yeah, we got all their oil, we're going to sell it. Like, dude, he wasn't even lying. He wasn't even trying to hide it, or trying to make it seem, oh, we're here to only save the Venezuelan people. Yeah, the oil. What are you talking about? I don't see any oil. No, there's
If you want to get,
Trump straight up. Yeah, we got the oil and we're gonna sell it.
If you want to get political again, why do you think China and Russia were there? This is our hemisphere.
The stupidest argument.
This is our hemisphere. We are the powerhouse in this hemisphere, whether you like it or not. And I want to remind you, by the way, a couple years back, remember what happened in Afghanistan under Biden?
Yeah.
What happened?
The withdrawal?
Yep.
When we just left a bunch of stuff for them? Yeah.
Your honest opinion. Was that good?
Of course not.
Okay. Agreed. Right? Agreed. Here's the point. As we said earlier, imagine if it was Trump who did that. Imagine the outrage of the media if Trump was in office and he withdrew from Afghanistan the way that Biden did.
I wish I could pull up some of
holy cow
Instagram people, dude.
Now,
idiots.
This
right.
This is the end of my argument, and I'll let you go. People think that, the whole congressional approval, war crimes, yada, yada, yada. Okay, fine. I'll play ball. What world do you live in that you think the world is sunshine and rainbows? That you think Russia and Iraq and Pakistan and China and all these places play fair? They don't. They don't. So do you want to be at the head or do you want to be playing catch up? Is it fair? Is it right? Is it righteous? No. And I'll give you, it's honorable. It's honorable for you to say and say, hey, we shouldn't have went to another country. It was wrong. Fine. It's honorable that you think that way. Guess what? Nobody cares. The rest of the world doesn't care. And you need to wake up.
So soft.
And you need to wake up.
You gotta be so soft.
Okay?
Dude,
This is a power move.
Here's the thing. It is 100% a power move. But before Trump took office and at the end of his last administration, the end of his last term, Biden and his administration criticized Trump for his stance on Maduro, saying he was too soft on Maduro.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And
so
again, they put a bounty on
and
it.
then
The
they
Biden administration put a bounty.
And then they're the ones who put the bounties on and the indictments. They also indicted Maduro and his team. They put the bounties and indicted them federally, like in court. And then Trump goes and gets him. Like, here's my question. Why put a bounty on him if you're not going to go get him? Who was going to fulfill this bounty?
As far as I'm concerned, Donald Trump just saved the American people $25 million.
Probably waiting for
Trump to
for
do
the
it?
Mandalorian and Grogu to fulfill the no seriously, who is going to fulfill that bounty, dude? Like, if you're going to put a bounty on it and not do anything about it, who's going to go get it? Some random person in Venezuela is going to rise up and take Maduro
and betray their leader.
Not even betray.
They'll
just
die.
They'll kill. Yeah, they're gonna get killed.
Get killed.
They're gonna get killed.
Decapitated.
Exactly. So, and then Trump does his thing, and again, dude, it's just anti-Trump, just like our last conversation. No matter what he does,
Because if it was Kamala or Biden,
oh, she's so strong. Look,
freedom fighter.
We don't
Get
stand.
the hell
we stand
out of here with
against
this shit, dude.
dictators and me.
Listen, my
Dude,
wife,
it's exactly what it is.
my wife Patrick, and her entire family. There's not one person, and there's people in her family that are anti-Trump, people that I know.
Yeah.
Not one person was anything other than ecstatic.
Yeah. Jubilant.
Ecstatic.
I'm sure.
To all white people out there,
That's who it is. It's
not
it's
racist.
the white liberals.
To all
It's
white people
exactly
out
who it
there,
is.
if you feel some type of way, right? Because they love to say, right? What's the famous? No uterus, no opinion.
Yeah.
Agreed. No problem. No Venezuelan. Shut your mouth. How about that?
Dude, it's always the white.
How about that?
White liberals.
You're not Venezuelan. Shut your mouth because the entire country is celebrating. I don't care if you think that it was done wrong. I don't care. The world does not play by those rules.
Yeah.
Period. So when you decide to wake up and realize that.
When it comes to rules, the U.S. does have something called the Monroe Doctrine. I don't know if you heard about
Yes.
this. And this was strictly signed so that the U.S. would garner control over this hemisphere, and not control over these countries' sovereignty or control over these countries'
We are the
laws.
powerhouse.
It's just influence. It's control over the influence in the Western Hemisphere. That the U.S. is the sole control of influence in this hemisphere. The U.S. has not forced any country in the Western Hemisphere to do anything that it doesn't really want to. But as soon as China or Russia start coming in and trying to
Get influence.
garner more influence within whatever country, steal or take resources or whatever, then the U.S. is going to say, no. Go stick to your side.
Mm-hmm.
And the U.S. has the strength to defend that thing.
And not for nothing, as they should.
This is what it comes down. No, but this is also what it comes down to. Like, this is historical. The Monroe Doctrine is not something it's not new. This has been in place for, it's been in place since, I'm pretty sure can you look that up? I think it's in the 40s or 50s, but it's been in place for a while. So China, you know what's amazing too? That China was in Venezuela when this happened.
Yeah.
Did you know about that? They were literally there.
Yeah.
And then Maduro, that's
a power move.
Imagine this. You're there, you're China, you have a meeting with Maduro. It's like, all right, guys, have a good night. I'll see you guys in the morning. They wake up in the morning.
Sorry to interrupt you. The Monroe Doctrine, proclaimed by President James Monroe.
Oh yeah, it was James Monroe. It's in
1823.
in the 1820s.
1823.
Yeah. Exactly. So anyways, but imagine you're China, dude. You wake up the next morning and you're like, all right,
shit.
can't wait to have our meeting with Maduro. You guys didn't hear what happened? No, I was sound asleep. didn't hear what happened, dude.
Dude,
No,
the United States military, and that's another thing that I missed, by the way, that I was going to say. Be proud. Be
Oh my
proud that
God,
you
dude.
have a military that can execute what they did in 3 hours.
Flawlessly.
In 3 hours
Flawlessly.
versus the 10 years of the whole bin Laden bullshit.
Dude, but that's my point. The U.S. has the power to defend, let's say, this Monroe Doctrine, this idea. We can garner, we can keep our influence here because we have a military that's strong enough to be able to enforce this idea.
They talk the talk.
Right? It's like, imagine like a country like Brazil trying to, no, South America is all mine. The U.S. is going to say,
Try again.
how are you going to enforce it? We're stronger than you. What are you going to do? Right? Like, you can't do it because the U.S. So part of defending what you call yours is having the ability to defend it, both physically and figuratively, via conversation, whatever
economically,
whatever the case may be. You can't just say something. Hey, no, this is mine, even if it is yours.
You need to back it up.
But John, I will go with the simplest example. My car. If somebody comes and wants to steal my car, I either have to defend it to keep it, or I'm going to let it go and it's going to go. If I do nothing, somebody's going to steal my car. Now, is the stealing of the car right? Can anybody come and steal my car? Absolutely not. But if I want it to stay mine and somebody does decide to steal it, I need to be able to defend it.
Yep.
So either if I'm carrying, I'm going to be able to defend it that way. If I have a knife, I'm going to defend it that way. Whatever the case may be, you need to be able to defend it.
Agreed. PBD was saying that. Sorry to interrupt you. PBD was saying that on his podcast with Rob Schneider. They were talking about the whole, because PBD is Iranian. He was talking about the whole situation that's going on with Iran right now. And he was like, you got to be able, because the president, or the prime minister, whoever's over there, talks a lot of shit. And PBD was like, you got to be able to defend it, right? Yeah. So example, if I say to you, hey, watch out or I'm going to punch you in the face, or if John Jones says it, who do you think holds more weight?
Right. Exactly. Dude, and that's exactly, I actually use this argument a little bit too. This is going to be completely off track, but it's just to further reinforce the point with the whole Native Americans thing. Like today they say you guys live on stolen land. No, we're not on stolen land. Like, we're on conquered land. We conquered you. Like, you weren't able to defend it. Like, if it was your land and you guys all united together, you probably could have defended it, and the world would look a little bit different. But you got conquered.
And is that wrong? Sure.
Right. It's just the way the world works. It's just the way the world works.
What it is.
Every single country in history has been conquered. Every single country no country was established without the conquering of another country. That's just how it worked. Or the conquering of another people.
That or a purchase.
Sure, even the purchase. But we purchased the Louisiana territory from Napoleon, but there were Native Americans living in that territory that had no idea that they just got sold. Their land got sold from one country. They didn't even know that they were under France. Then now they're under America. They had no idea. Regardless, the idea is the strong, like you were saying before, are going to be the strong, and they're going to play or go by their own rules. And unless you have somebody else that's strong, that maybe has better morals, better values, a better structure of government to defend, let's say, free speech or defend whatever, then the people with the bad ideas, if they're strong, they're going to take over. So you got strength and force is really what it comes down to defending your opinions, your rights, and all those things.
And by the way,
we are getting off track here, but that is a real thing. So what I was going to say is like this. I love, dude, just the cojones, right? Just there's Trump's cojones here. I mean, insane, dude. Absolutely insane to go in and say, oh, you're going to call my bluff? You're going to call my bluff that I'm not, you think I'm in bed with Maduro? You think I'm soft on Maduro? Okay. We're going to go in your own house and take you and your wife. And what's amazing here is people calling Trump a dictator. Dude, I love that because...
Go live under a dictatorship, bro.
The funny is, if Trump... Two things. Trump could have just said, hey, kill him.
Right.
When you see him.
Didn't. Dude, I'm glad you brought that up.
We brought him back.
We killed bin Laden.
Yeah.
We killed bin Laden.
We killed bin Laden.
We brought him back alive.
We brought Maduro and his wife back. But, dude, we didn't even bring him back and put him in Cuba, in
Guantanamo Bay.
We brought him back for trial, John. Yep. Now, tell me a dictator in the history of the world that would capture his enemy, bring him back to go on trial, dude.
You know who wouldn't? Putin.
No, just exactly. Like,
Kim Jong-un.
dude, it blows my mind that people will call Trump a dictator for taking Maduro and completely not talking about everything Maduro's done, and then calling Trump a dictator for taking him, just for taking him, when he's getting taken with a chance. Dude, let's say the prosecutors are awful in this court case.
And find him,
and the defense
not guilty.
and the defense is amazing, and somehow it won't happen, but let's say it does. Maduro has a genuine chance, although it may be very small, to walk away free.
Yep.
Because he's gonna get the chance to defend himself in court like everybody else does in this country. And dude, I can argue he doesn't even have that right. I can make that argument.
Yeah.
I can, if I wanted to, I can argue.
You want to talk about war crimes? He commits
That's what I'm
war
saying.
crimes.
I won't argue it, but I could. The point is, you're gonna call Trump a dictator when he goes and gets the guy, brings him here to go on trial instead of just going straight to jail, or instead of killing him right there when you saw him. Come on, dude. Like that is liberal. To the left with this one is such an L. People say this. The Democrats today are the party of the 20. They say the 20%. Some people say 10%. What that means is they live and die on 10% issues, on issues that only a very small amount of people care about. And the 80% issue, the 90% issues, they don't talk. They only talk about the dumb stuff, like dumb things that nobody really cares about. And this is one of those things where both left and right should have been united in.
I agree.
Yo, we got him. We got somebody that was making an entire population suffer. Now let me get into the oil, because this is a big one for me. Because this is kind of what I focused on more so than the personal suffering, because I don't know any Venezuelans personally to speak to on the suffering. You have more close connections with that. I love that the same day Trump came out and said, yeah, we have the oil and we're going to sell it. We're going to make a lot of money. Like, dude, I am completely okay with that, because it took the media by surprise. They weren't expecting the absolute, like, just transparency of this administration, because normally what would happen is, oil, what are you talking about? No, we're there. We went there to save the people. What are you talking? We're not there for oil. And
they tried to flip it as
and
that.
in the background,
Who doesn't care about the American people?
And in the background, they're taking the oil, but they're pretending like it's not, right? No. Trump said, no, we're there for the oil as well. Absolutely, we want the oil. $17 trillion ready to go. We're gonna have right here. And what's amazing is people don't realize this. What's the name of the Chavez?
The predecessor,
Hugo Chavez.
Yeah.
People don't know this. The oil infrastructure in Venezuela right now was built by American companies. So in the early 1900s, Exxon, I just learned this actually, by the way. Did you know that Exxon used to be called New Jersey Petroleum something? It was a company based here.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Wow.
I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was. So Exxon, Gulf, and Chevron, I think, they built the Venezuelan oil infrastructure completely. Only these American companies. But there are a couple of other American companies, but American companies built the Venezuelan oil infrastructure in the early 1900s. And they went there to extract the oil and produce it. They became one of the largest producers and exporters of oil in the 1900s.
Yeah, they were rich.
Yeah. They were some of the they were rivaling the Middle East in terms of how much oil they were not only producing but exporting. And then in the late 70s, Chavez nationalized it, the oil. So essentially took control of a lot of the production. He also made his own company, the Venezuelan company, because what happens is, I was reading about this a little bit. The American companies essentially would pay the country royalties on the oil that they were selling, but a lot of the profits the companies would keep. It's just the price of doing business, because they're building the infrastructure, they're drilling, the cost that's incurring is the companies incurring it, but they would still pay Venezuela some money. So Chavez said, "Screw that, we're going to have our own company," and they did, and it actually worked for a little bit, but then in the 2000s. In the early 2000s, Chavez essentially forced these oil companies to have to renegotiate the whole deal, and essentially kicked them out. He broke contracts with them and essentially just kicked them out of the country, and drove them all out of the country illegally. They actually sued Venezuela. Venezuela only partially paid some of those settlements, and they didn't actually pay everything, whatever. But the idea is, I'm telling this history story is just because of that. It's the idea that the entire infrastructure is built by American companies, and legally, these American companies still technically own those pumps and the land, all those things, because they were driven out of there illegally. So even if Trump did go in there for the oil, and he said that same day that the American companies are going to go in and start extracting the oil, these were originally American companies' lands anyways. So it's not like they're stealing it.
They're paying Venezuela for it.
They're just reclaiming what was already theirs. And this money is just going to make Venezuela and Venezuelans more money.
He literally said a couple days after last Saturday that they are buying between 30 and 50 million barrels.
Yeah.
Venezuela just got a couple billion. Now, is that, finding Atlantis? No. But it's more money than you guys had.
It's a great start.
It's a great start, and hopefully it helps build the economy.
Agreed.
The only thing Trump has to do is get the VP out, because the VP was the VP under Maduro. Get him out. If you don't want to put Machado in, no problem. Have a new election.
Yeah,
whatever the case may be.
The country Trump's gonna do. They're gonna run the country.
Marco Rubio's running it, bro.
Yeah,
Marco
exactly.
Rubio's running it.
Exactly. There's nothing those guys are gonna do without. Dude, after those cojones and just having the special forces show up in there and 30 minutes got that guy out, nobody now is gonna mess around with Trump, bro. I don't know if you saw that same day the Colombian president
talk shit.
The next day he was like, "Never mind, we're good. We work together with America."
Well,
like,
they're apparently going to meet in Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, they're gonna meet now because bro, dude,
what are you doing?
He probably talked shit, and then his advisor was like,
cállate.
Yeah, cállate. Los americanos, las fuerzas especiales.
And he's like, oh, puta madre, shit. Tienes razón.
It's crazy, dude. Insane. But anyways, the Venezuela became the largest, or one of the largest exporters and producers because of American-led investment and expertise. And now we're just going to redo that. We're going to go back to that. We're just going to go back to American-led investment and expertise by these American companies. Venezuela's going to get their money. Guess what? They're going to build jobs. They're not going to bring Americans to Venezuela to work there. It's going to be Venezuelans now working for these American companies in Venezuela.
Yeah, people talking about the 51st
It's
state.
more jobs.
Shut up.
It's more job, dude. It's more jobs. I mean, they'd be better off. I'm just saying.
I mean, they would, but
no, it's not going to happen. But I'm just saying, it's like,
listen, bro.
It's a net positive.
Yes,
for the people. It's a net positive for us. And it's a net negative, or a complete negative, for China and Russia, who are trying to come here and exert influence and
there
get
are
their
adversaries.
oil.
And there are adversaries.
Exactly.
Listen, we can end it with my hope is that there's talks about opening up the embassy again. I hope they do. Gino wants to go back really bad, and I hope that I have a chance to take my wife. My wife hasn't been back. Since she's got here, she hasn't been back. It's in 2002. It's been 25 years almost.
Wow.
Hasn't been back. I mean, same story with you, but again, the second that you get a passport,
yep,
you know what I mean. And my hope is that we can go. Her father's got a house there, a farm built by her granddad and all this shit. And again, dude, it's a very wealthy country, or at least was at one point. And my hope is that we can go back, if not this year.
It's still a beautiful country.
Beautiful country. Beaches are phenomenal. I hope that not this year, because I don't think it's going to happen that quickly. But my hope is that maybe by 2027, we can go there, show my son where his mom is from, and and that whole side of the family, because I've never been to and I want to go.
It's like, dude, it's
a net positive.
It's a net
bro.
positive. It's going to help the people. And again, I'm going to say this again. This whole thing was anti-Trump, right? This is the only reason people are arguing. It's the same thing, because I forgot to mention this before. If he didn't do anything, let's say he finished his 4 years, didn't touch Maduro, they would have criticized him.
Yep.
And now that he did something, I'm all right. I'm still sipping, because I'm talking. And now that he did something, they still criticize him. But it's the same thing with Nigeria. You saw what happened in Nigeria a couple weeks ago?
No.
Trump bombed Nigeria. Well, let me back up.
Shocker, because I didn't see that on the news.
Well, there's two reasons for that, I think. The reason Trump bombed Nigeria was over the past 25 years.
Oh, I know where this is going.
A few hundreds of thousands of Christians have been killed in Nigeria.
Yep.
Over the past, I think, year 70,000 or so Christians have been killed by radical Islamists in Nigeria. So Trump went and bombed. So in coordination with the Nigerian government, so it wasn't just like they just went out there and did it. In coordination with the Nigerian government, they went out and they bombed sites that are linked to these ISIS Islamists, ISIS terrorists who are going after Christians in Nigeria. And when it came out that they did that, it was the same thing. The Libyans lost it. The Libyans lost it, dude. They just he's attacking another country. He's bombing another country. I don't care that Christians are dying because they're a sovereign country. You can't just go in and bomb, and just ignoring the fact that Trump did it in coordination with the Nigerian government. And now I thought the Democrats were Christian. We're Nazis. They're the Christians. Let's say that Trump never did that either, and the Christians just kept dying.
No outrage.
Oh, okay. No outrage, or the opposite. Trump didn't do anything to protect the Christians in Nigeria. Yep. It's like, dude, it's no matter what he does. It's like what you said, I think, last week. If Trump, says we should all breathe more oxygen, like you'd have
love air. Yeah. Beautiful air.
Air is fantastic. And then literally you have liberals just like, they were choked to death. Like,
yeah, my aunt said this. He could save and I saw it on Facebook too, but he could save a baby from a shark, and the liberals will say he's starving the sharks.
He's starving the sharks.
Come on, dude. Like, you kidding me? Or cancer. He can cure cancer tomorrow. We want our cancer back.
Yeah, no, bring cancer. Yo, man, we have the right to have cancer.
Listen, dude, he's not perfect. I get it. You know what? Neither was Clinton, Bush, Biden, Obama, Reagan, nobody. Yeah. So do me a favor, get a grip.
Yeah.
Get a grip. And how about this?
We have the right to have cancer.
And if you don't like it, two things. Vote the other way in 2028, or if you want a chance, don't make your candidate say Venezuela is a country and they're another country and we are our own country. And with them being their own country, they are a country.
Good Kamala, dude.
Give me something of substance, bro. I'd rather have Biden again. Christ almighty.
Yeah.
Kamala, dude.
So yeah, it's no matter what Trump does, dude. It's a winner. He's never gonna win. It's always gonna be an L. They'll always find a way to turn it around.
I'm used to it. It's fine.
To turn it around.
That's fine.
It's a beautiful thing. We're in an hour and 22. Yeah, I think we should. Let's finish it up.
Yeah, real quick.
I want to talk a little bit about Islam. Not a little bit. I actually want to say a lot, but
feel free. You have the floor. I only have a little bit to say. You have the floor with that. Go ahead.
Well, what do you mean you have nothing to say about Islam, dude?
Well, I have comments, but I don't feel. Listen, this is what I think about Islam. We are a country that you have the freedom to do a lot of things. Freedom of religion is one of them.
Yeah.
Right? Although America, excuse me, and I would argue to say other countries as well, was founded on Christianity. Christianity. No, because I was going to say Catholicism.
No Catholics here.
No.
Except for Maryland. Maryland was a Catholic haven in the 13 colonies. Just for fun fact, whoever didn't know that.
But what I'm saying is we were founded on that. And now I have no problem with you coming into this country, or any country for that matter, and practicing the religion of your choice. But what you cannot do is go into another nation that is heavily on, on whether it be Christianity, whatever the case may be, and try to overtake them, or in Nigeria's case, kill them.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Well, that's the entirety of Islam. And let me just say,
not all of it.
Historic bullshit. Oh. Historically, Islam is a religion that started under literally the most suspect of circumstances, dude. Do you know how it started with Muhammad? Do you know how Muhammad got his revelation?
With the 9-year-old or something?
No. That's after. I'm talking about how he got the revelation of this message of Islam. Dude, he was in some freaking cave or something, and he had some dream and revelations from an angel who asked him to read something. And it's mad funny because the angel asked him to read something. He's like, I'm illiterate. I can't read. Because Muhammad couldn't read. I don't know if you knew this.
No.
Or write. Muhammad could not read or write.
So how did the Quran get written?
It was all him talking and somebody else writing and whatever. So the angel said, read this. And Muhammad said to him, I can't, I'm illiterate. And apparently the angel, like in that moment, like gave him the ability to read what he was able to read. And the entire thing, like, it was all bizarre. And that's how he got his revelation. It was with that thing that the angel gave him the ability to read for a split second. And then eventually, after that, he became illiterate again, somehow, whatever. The entire thing was so bizarre. And Muhammad, and it was so crazy that Muhammad thought, when he came home, he was telling somebody, the people this story, he said he thought he was possessed by a demon. I mean, newsflash, you probably were, dude. Like, that's what it comes down to, because Islam is crazy. Anyways, long story short, the religion took off, right? But it only took off and spread by the sword. It wasn't word of mouth. It wasn't conversion. It was by the sword.
Interesting.
No, not interesting. It conquered Christian Israel, Christian Syria, Christian Lebanon, Christian Egypt, Christian Jordan, Christian Algeria, Christian Tunisia, Christian Turkey, Christian Greece, and Christian Spain.
Wow.
All of that was conquered before the first crusade was called. All of the lands I just mentioned were Christian lands that were conquered by Islam. And all of that land was conquered before Pope Urban called the first crusade. So anybody who comes up to me and tells me the crusades were unjustified and that the crusades were crazy, and how can you call a crusade? The reason we call it the crusade is because if we had not called the crusade, all of Europe today would be Islam, would be all Muslim countries. And just so you know, Islam took all of Spain. The Moors took all of Spain, and they got up to France. And then there was something called the Reconquista, which, for anybody who loves history, loves crazy battles, and an awesome story over a long period of time, and a lot of amazing Christians who got together to fight against the evil and the cancer that is Islam, because Islam is a cancer, and we'll get more into that. You should go on YouTube and watch videos on the Reconquista in Spain. And it was just the most lopsided win. These Christians should not have won. John, the entirety of the peninsula, the Spanish peninsula, was taken over by the Muslim Caliphate.
What year was this?
It started in the 700s, and they only took it over. They only finished taking it over in like the 12 or 1300, like 1300. For like 600 years, Spain was Muslim. So
I didn't know that,
dude. You should watch videos on the Reconquista.
I'm gonna watch.
It is
PPD episode.
It is an amazing. Well, no, this is like over like the next couple months. Like, it's a lot of videos on the Reconquista. It's an amazing story of, dude. There were armies that were like outnumbered 2-1 by Islam, by these caliphate armies, and they would win. Like this was something that was divine. God was literally working in this entire thing over hundreds of people and hundreds of years and a bunch of different people to take over the Spanish Peninsula, and it pushed Islam out of Europe. So it's an amazing story, and I won't get into the Reconquista, but that's all that land that I mentioned before was taken before the First Crusade. And that is how their religion spread. It didn't spread like Christianity. How did Christianity spread? First of all, Christianity started when Jesus ascended back into heaven and told his disciples to go out and preach the gospel. It was at the height of the Roman Empire. And immediately after Jesus left, there was Christian persecution.
Yeah.
They were killing Christians left and right. All the disciples got killed. All the disciples were martyred. All of them got martyred. And what happened with Christianity? Did it die? No, it actually it
grew.
It blossomed.
Yeah.
Right? It blossomed. Not because of if you think about the gospel in its most basic sense, like, it's not something that that fills you with fervor, right? And it kind of gets your blood going. It's very simple, but it touches your heart. But it's a very simple gospel. Put your faith in Christ. You're a sinner. You're a dirty, wretched sinner. But guess what? God sent his only son to die for you so you can have eternal life. Not because of anything you did,
right?
But because he loves you so much. So through him, because of him, you get to have eternal life. If all you have to do is just put your faith in him, be baptized and put your faith in him. It's a beautiful message, right? There's a lot, obviously there's more to it, but I'm saying, like, and it's very core essence. It's very,
yeah.
And that message spread through every corner of the Roman Empire, so much so that a couple hundred years after Jesus and after all the martyrs died, where did the seat of power of Christianity place itself? In the city of Rome, in the capital of the empire that was persecuting the Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, talk about a badass story.
Yeah.
Of an empire getting taken over ideologically by a religion of absolute love. And then at the center, at your own capital, the religion you were trying to kill becomes a seat of power of that religion. Come on, dude. That's a badass religion. Like Christianity is so badass, right? And didn't kill anybody for it. It spread through the Holy Spirit, dude. That's how it spread. Anyways, I keep going into Christianity, but supposed to be talking about Islam. So Islam, the same way it spread back then, they realize they can't do that now. It's 21st century, right? They can't just go out conquering places, places that have laws. In Nigeria, like we just spoke about, that is what they're doing because that's how they want it to spread. Hey, they put a gun to your head and they say, renounce your God, accept Allah, or I'm going to kill you. And the people are going to say no. They shoot you in the head, they behead you, and they move on to the next village and do that to the next village and the next village. And that's it. That's how Islam spread. You know why, though? You said before, it's not all of them. That's in the Quran. It's in the Quran. For the infidels, they either convert, they pay the tax, or you kill them. That's what it's called. That there is no other choice. And for any Muslim, John, who tells you that they're a Muslim and but they believe in peace, they're not following the Quran to its logical end. They're not following the Quran to what it says. They're leaving parts out of the Quran, which then I will say, then are you really a Muslim? Because I don't follow part of the Bible. I try to follow the entire Bible. Now I'm a sinner and I fail at that all the time. Yeah, I will never be perfect, and I will never be able to follow every single thing on the Bible every single day. But I try to. If a Muslim says, no, I do everything, but I don't believe in the whole they kill the infidels or, don't live next to people, I say then you're not really a Muslim.
I forgot the guy who was on PBD because I was watching this earlier today, and he was talking about that because Patrick Bet David said the same thing, and the guy was like, listen, there's a difference between Islam and Islamism. There are differences. And
I don't believe that, John. The Quran is one Quran.
Right. So what he said was, and I'm paraphrasing, that somebody, I forget the guy's name, whenever it was, took the Quran and then reinterpreted it himself.
It's the Hadiths. They're talking about the Hadiths. The Hadiths are commentaries on the Quran.
Right.
And there are many of those who they're just as infallible as they're not infallible, but I'm saying Muslims consider them just as authoritative as the Quran itself.
Right.
But they're interpreting things that are in the Quran already. So it's not like they can't make up something. They can't make something up
and add a line to it.
Right. They're just taking what's in the Quran and then interpreting that. So they're not just, you know what I'm saying? Like they're not making something up and like completely opposite of what the Quran says. That's not what's happening. So like, don't try to get it twisted. So the Quran, dude, and the entire religion is built around two things. The Quran, which they say is uncorruptible, has never been corrupted, has never been changed, which is wrong. There have been multiple Qurans and it has been changed. And it's built around their prophet, Muhammad.
Right.
So
who married a 9-year-old?
I'm about to get into that. And their entire religion is built on those two pillars, let's say, right? Which is the prophet and the Quran, the book.
Sure.
Because their whole claim against Christianity is that the Bible has been corrupted. And that's why Allah gave Muhammad this revelation, because the Bible was corrupted. Which, by the way, if you're a Muslim listening to this, I doubt we have any, but I know you know what I'm about to say. In the Quran, John, look at this. This is really funny. It says, if you have any questions about what has been revealed to you here, right? So essentially it's saying, if you have any questions about what you're reading here in the Quran, go talk to those before you who are reading the Torah, which is the Bible. And if whatever says here contradicts the Bible, then like this is wrong, essentially. This is called like the Muslim, I don't know why the word is escaping me. It's like the Islam
autocorrect.
No, it's like a debacle, like with their whole theology, because in the Quran it says that the Bible is correct. In the Quran it says if anything here contradicts the Bible, like if you don't understand something here, you should go talk to the people who are here before you, who are the Christians.
So why does the Quran exist in the first place?
So my point is, if the Quran is right, if the Quran is the right religion, then the Bible is right. But if the Bible is right, the Quran is wrong. So therefore, the Quran is wrong. So that's
you're contradicting yourself.
That exactly. It's the Muslim debacle here. It's exactly that. Because if the Quran is right, then the Bible is right. And if the Bible is right, the Quran is wrong. So the entirety of Islam is wrong. Now that's one thing to break down is the Quran. The Quran is a BS book given by a guy who thought he had some revelation from a demon, which he's probably right. It probably was a demon. Now, Islam here is growing in the world. It's taken over Europe.
It has, yeah.
It's taken over Europe. There are no-go zones. There are entire. I'm pretty sure London right now is, I think, almost 50% Muslim.
That's wild.
Which is insane.
Now, is that people who converted or is that immigrants?
I don't know. Migrants who come, and I'm sure there's some converts too.
It's a lot of people,
but it's growing like a tumor here too in the U.S. So it's already, but in Europe, it's already taken up a lot of important parts, and we're importing this whole system under the guise of like tolerance. Let's be tolerant, right? To Islam, but they don't come to mingle. Islam isn't called to mingle.
They're also not Islam tolerant is called to us.
Right. And Islam is called to take over. There's no free speech in a Muslim-run country.
Correct.
There's no free speech. There's no freedom of religion. You can't be a Christian in a Muslim country.
Correct.
But you can be a Muslim in the Christian country. There's no freedom of expression. Women have to hide behind under their burqas, whatever those things are called.
Yeah, like what's her name?
And they're trying to implement in Muslim majority zones, anti-blaspheming laws, which is freedom of speech laws, because you can't blaspheme the prophet, right? Like, I'll do it right now. I'll blaspheme that prophet right now. I couldn't care about the prophet, dude, that demon. Dude, Muhammad is a sick and twisted pedophile, dude. I don't have anything else to say. There's no other words to say here. He is a sick and twisted pedophile. The dude married a 6-year-old girl, Aisha. Had sex with her at 9.
That's gross.
As a 54-year-old man.
Ew.
As a 54-year-old man. Disgusting. Absolutely sick. And I love the Muslims that say, oh, that was okay back then.
This is factual?
This is factual. Not even Islam will deny this. You can look this up right now.
That's disgusting.
But you know what the excuse is, right? The excuse is, oh, but that was okay back then. Like, that's what they'll say. Like, oh, it's okay back then. Like it doesn't change how disgusting it was. Like,
traditional Islamic sources state Muhammad was around 50 to 53 years old when he married Aisha, who was reportedly 6 at the brothel at 9 at consummation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Absolutely sick and disgusting.
Though modern scholars debate Aisha's exact age, which estimates between 9 and 19, but still, I mean, that's gross.
No. That's the whole thing about them like debating. That's just now
gross.
Because times have changed, obviously. But I wrote this down because this is awesome. People that say, "Oh, like times have changed. Like that was okay back then," right? So what are you telling me? That your God, that's supposed to be all knowing, couldn't foretell couldn't foretell that 2,000 years later this would be something that is vile and disgusting. So he would have Muhammad do something that would later on be vile, be considered disgusting, be considered sick. Your God, all knowing, would still have him do something in the now, knowing that in the future it'll be a problem. Name me one thing that Jesus did 2,000 years ago that we consider wrong today.
I got you. Hold on, ready?
One thing.
Nothing.
Exactly. You know why, dude?
Because he's perfect.
It's exactly because there is nothing countercultural that Jesus did 2,000 years ago, or that we would consider countercultural today.
Yep.
Nothing. Because my God, the God who dwells in my heart, is a perfect God. He is all-knowing, omniscient, all-powerful.
Yeah.
He knows everything that's happening, everything that will happen, everything that has happened. Why would he do something 2,000 years ago that somebody could look as counterculture 2,000 years later and have the ability to question what he did? It would never happen. Jesus was perfect. Perfect. The true creator of the universe, the God who is all powerful and all knowing, the God who walked on water, calmed the storms. That's the God that I worship. That's the God that I worship, not some fake Allah who gave some fake prophet orders to go sleep with a freaking 9-year-old girl. My God is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. And he, in the Bible, warned me about these fake prophets and these fake revelations that were going to come after him. And I think it's disgusting. And it's a religion that we as Americans, but definitely we as Christians, need to be very careful with. Very careful.
I'm not worried about it.
Well, I'm not worried about it because in the end,
No.
in the end, Jesus already won.
Yeah.
John, I don't have that's,
for sure.
Of course, at the end, I'm not worried. But the idea is our country here, our values and the things that we stand for. The leader of this of our hearts should be the leader of this country. I can argue that it's not. This is a country with no state religion, right? Fine.
It's not what it was founded on, but
well, the people who founded it were Christian, but they didn't name. We can get into this a little bit. The reason that there was no state religion back then, it's actually because of Protestant denominations. All the different founding fathers were different Protestant denominations, and so they didn't want to give one prominent denomination more power than another, so they left it to the states. Now, the states back then did instill denominational authority in their states. Like I think it was in New York or Massachusetts, they were the Presbyterians, I think, were like, or the Puritans were going after the Quakers or something like that. Like there was infighting between the Christian denominations here in the country. So to say that they weren't Christian is crazy, just because federally there was no state religion. On the state level, they left it that way so that there would be unity amongst the denominations, that every state could kind of
right.
And Maryland, like I said before, Maryland was a Catholic haven because it was really the whole country here was still in the 13 colonies was all Protestant.
I didn't even think about that.
Maryland was a Catholic haven.
That's
why it's called Maryland. Yeah, literally.
They learn something new every day, huh?
Yes.
Wow. I was this years old when I found out.
So, anyways, my point is Jesus' message was eternal. There was nothing that he did that would be that somebody could use against him later on. Didn't exist. Now, Muhammad did do that. I can name other things. The fact that the religion spread by the sword is already, what kind of religion is a religion that if it only spreads through violence?
Right.
Right? So the idea is Jesus' message is eternal, and it is spread through love, it is spread through faith, it is spread through fellowship. All the things that are good in this world is how Christianity spread. And the idea is today in this country, Islam is, because there are plenty of videos I can pull up of Muslim men saying, yes, we want to take over the United States. We want to take over their ideals. We want to be in positions of power and all that stuff. So we need to, as Christian men especially, but even if you're listening and you're not a Christian, that's fine. But don't think that this won't affect you if you lived in a country, if this country became a country of majority Muslim. Will that happen in our lifetime? Probably not.
No.
But in our kids' there's a great possibility, because if you look at Europe, it's really only been over the last 60 years. And honestly, over the last 20 years is when it accelerated. The Muslim incursion, the Muslim
I would say over the last
migration.
5 years has been
No, there has. But it was really over the last 20 years, like in the late teens. The early 2000s is really when it kind of skyrocketed. So every single metric in a Muslim country compared to a Western country like the U.S. is worse in a Muslim country. Every single metric.
By far.
Happiness, anything
wealth,
per capita, wealth
economy.
Anything per capita is worse. There is not a single country, except I can say this very smallest of Muslim countries, who are actually very capitalistic and not so socialist, not so state religion ran, like Iran.
Iran's on the brink of
that
freedom.
have and they have a crap ton of oil now, and that's how they can so they can have a lot of money. But if you really look down at the politics, and if you go down to the nitty gritty of a place, let's say like the United Arab Emirates, they don't have a lot of rights. Like they don't have a lot of things. They can't fully express themselves whatever way they want. There is a level of control there when it comes to their speech. There's a level of control there when it comes to slavery, and it's not full on slavery like as we know it back then. But essentially, there are workers in the UAE from India who are stuck there, can't return to India because they don't have enough money. The UAE refuses to pay them enough money to leave, but consistently force them to work so that they can eat and survive. So it's a form of slavery that's going on there right now. And hey, super wealthy country. People love to go to the UAE. It's amazing here. Sure it is, because they have a lot of money and they have a lot of oil. And it's a very small country. But it will never translate to a big country. Once you get the radicals in there, it's over. And even the non-radicals there, you'll see it. Like these guys still wear the traditional clothing. The women are still, a lot of them are still covered up. They will tolerate Western women going there and dressing in bikinis, doing whatever. But essentially,
It's all for show.
their women at home are not wearing that. So Islam comes to conquer. They come to get rid of your rights. They come to get rid of your free speech. And that is a big threat to this country, because if you were living in Europe in 1950 and I told you, hey, in 50 years, you're going to have cities in Europe that are mostly Islamist, mostly Muslim, they would have told me I was crazy.
They'd laugh at you.
And now look at what's going on. So that can happen here. There is a city in Michigan right now. It is the first Muslim majority city in the country. It's called
Dearborn?
No. I thought it was too.
Michigan. Shout out Benny.
Yeah, it is in Michigan. It is called Hamtramck, whatever.
What's the
Michigan.
population there?
I don't know. It's the first and only Muslim majority city in the United States.
How do you spell that? Oh, I got it.
Hamtramck. Hamtramck. Michigan. And
Population of 27,000.
there you go. So
yeah, but I think it looks like it's
in
not,
June, what?
It looks like it's like it's a city, but it's inside Detroit.
Yeah. It's an enclave inside Detroit. It's like neighborhoods in London, like Chelsea and like stuff like that. But anyways, they banned pride flags inside this enclave. And you know what's funny, right? Because the left right now has a weird
Obsession with sexuality?
well, yes, obviously. No, but a weird alliance with Islam.
Yeah.
They love it. You know,
Yeah.
they're this weird alliance. It's like, oh, we need to be tolerant and we're gonna bring them in
They'll
because
throw you off a
oh,
goddamn
screw
rooftop.
Islamophobia. Don't be Islamophobic.
They'll
But
throw
First
you
of
off a
all,
rooftop.
I'm not scared of Islam. Phobia, that's a phobia. People forget the whole say Islamophobia. Like, I don't have a phobia of Islam. I have an absolute disgust of Islam.
Yeah, phobia, for anybody out there, and this goes for homophobic, transphobic,
Yeah.
Islamophobic, phobia is a fear or a dislike.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of stuff that I dislike. I'm arachnophobic.
It's an illogical fear. I don't have an illogical fear
Yeah.
of Islam. I have a very logical hate of Islam. I don't hate Muslims. I hate the religion of Islam. I'll put it that way.
If technically hatred falls under the category of phobia, but it's not really-
Phobia is fear.
Yeah.
I'm fearful. I don't.
Well, if you Google it, like the like phobia,
Does phobia say hatred?
I think so.
If it includes hatred, then sure.
Then sure.
Then I'm
Okay.
Islamophobic.
Phobia definition: an extreme or irrational fear of or aversion to something. Oh, so it
Aversion.
doesn't.
Yeah. So I'm not scared, but I will avert it. so
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not scared of Islam. I'm not scared of dude. It's just a cancer religion built on the most brittle of foundations, being the Quran and Muhammad. That's what I'll say about that.
Interesting.
And dude, it is. It really is. And like you said before, those people who come out and say that, oh, I'm a Muslim, but I don't do the whole, convert the infidels, and I believe everybody should be able to practice whatever religion they want. You're not a full-on Muslim, dude. I'm sorry.
So that's the problem, because it's in our Constitution, which the left loves to discredit, but that's what built and founded this country. I'm a firm believer of freedom of religion. I have no problem with that. But as I said before, you cannot, and this goes for any religion. Listen, you know, that's how you convert people, right? Obviously, going to them and saying, hey, like, have you heard of Jesus Christ, right? But I also have a problem with, and maybe this is like not stereotypical, but maybe this is what's the word? I can't think of it. You know, like I'm playing offense here, but hey, man, Christianity / Catholicism is more popular in the world than Islam, right?
Yeah.
Can we agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't go to another country or another region and try to. I mean, listen, you go down the street right here. There's an Arabic school, like a Islam school. They don't bother me. You know what I mean? I see them get out every day, go to school, whatever the case.
Yeah, but at 5 a.m. they have the morning prayer.
They don't
blasting. I know, but if they did,
they're not gonna be annoyed.
then it'd be a problem, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what they do at that town.
Yeah, that's annoying.
5 a.m.
Yeah, man, you can't. I mean, like I said, like that, and that's why I struggle with Islam, because you can, you know, I believe in freedom of religion, just like freedom of speech and freedom of everything, but you cannot. That's not the way to do it.
John, Islam hasn't given you any reason to think that it will be anything other than what it always has been.
Yeah,
right.
But,
so like that.
But
I think you have to look at it that way.
But if someone's an atheist and they don't want to be a Christian or a Catholic, that's fine.
No, more power. That's fine. People can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like, gonna go to hell, but no, I'm just kidding. But
well, I mean, they are. But
I'm just saying, like, no. The idea is like, there's no reason to look or think of Islam as anything else other than what it tells you and shows you that it has been historically.
Yeah.
So when a Muslim comes up to me and says, "No, we're not like that," what can they show me that proves their point? They can't even pull up the Quran, because the Quran is going to tell them to take over my land. Don't live next to the infidels. Don't live in a neighborhood next to people who don't believe in
that
Allah.
Congresswoman, what's her name? Ilhan Omar. She sure as hell can't pull it up. She's a ChatGPT Muslim.
What I'm saying is they can't pull up any reasons from the Quran to prove what they just said about them being a peaceful religion, right? And I'm okay, fine. Let's say your Quran. Now, can you pull up history? No, you can't.
Data is data.
There is nothing. There is no data that backs up the claim that Islam is a peaceful religion and it is tolerant of other religions and other people. John, there used to be Persians in the Middle East. The Persians are all dead and gone. They're all converted or they were killed by radical Islamists. Persians used to be a race in the Middle East, and it is gone because of radical Islam.
Yeah.
So all those countries I mentioned, Lebanon, Jordan, Tunisia, Algeria, Egypt, Turkey, those were all Christian countries. They used to all be Christian countries. It only stopped being Christian countries when they got taken over and ransacked and run through by Islamist armies, by Muslim armies. So I'm saying this as a warning to people that there is nothing that a Muslim person can pull up for you to prove that they are anything but what they have always been. When they try to tell you that they are a peaceful religion, ask for proof. They won't find it in the Quran. They might find a verse or two that talks about whatever, love or peace, but I can pull up 20 verses about them telling you what to do with the infidels. So they can't pull up the Quran to tell you what to do. They can't pull up Muhammad, one of their pillars, because Muhammad is the one who went out conquering. He's the one who called for the conquering of the nations around them. And they can't pull up history because history proves completely otherwise. So this is a warning to Americans to not think of Islam as anything than what it always has been, a religion of absolute death and tyranny, and just one that comes in and takes and wants to fit in. But as soon as it takes critical mass, as soon as it hits critical mass and becomes the majority, your rights as you know it are over. So I want people to realize that. And that very simple example is what I set up before. As soon as they took over that little city, they banned the pride flag. And the left was pissed, dude. Like they're pissed. And then it's just like, there you go, another proof of your stupidity. Like I could have told you that
they're gonna get real pissed in the World Cup. I think Seattle or something is hosting one of the games, and it's like Pakistan and Iran, the two countries who
man, that's hilarious.
Banned homosexuality
in Seattle. That's hilarious, dude.
coming
That's
up.
So
That's
funny.
going to be great. Can't wait. There's going to be so many
I
protests.
hope that you know what I hope happens? I hope there's like a pride day for the World Cup and like the shirts, the jerseys have to have the little rainbow.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see when these countries refuse to wear them.
That's going to be fun.
Dude, you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna refuse to wear those little
But
flags.
that's another problem too. I'll end with like we can end it here.
We gotta
but
end
like
it. Yeah.
that's another
155.
They freaking like they try to impose. They call you homophobic. They call you transphobic, Islamophobic, all this stuff. They're the ones trying to impose their views on us.
Yeah.
And then if I say no, I'm labeled as phobic.
Yeah.
Hey, you're the dictator,
Yeah.
not me.
I just want to be left alone.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone and make sure my rights stay in place. I'm good.
I digress.
Yeah. But anyways, I love you guys.
Love God.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna let me read what I had here, just so that if there's anybody listening and watching who would love to get to know the creator of the universe, would love to come into a relationship with Christ, I'm telling you, if he hasn't been knocking on your door recently, he will now if you're listening to me. But I will say that there is a God out here who loves you, who wants the absolute best for you and has a plan for you as long as you're willing to accept it. And he is a God who was here before the foundations of this world were set. He created this world since its beginning, and he will be here when it ends. And he wants to have a relationship with you. And I hope that you will at least do your due diligence and look into it. If you've never looked into it and you refuse to accept it, then you don't have a strong basis for rejecting this. If you've looked into it and it doesn't change your mind and it didn't convince you, different conversation. So I'd rather you not be convinced after some thorough investigation than just absolute rejection and not looking into it at all. So I suggest you look into it. Read the Bible. I would suggest read the gospel first. Read the 4 gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And then go from there. But Jesus loves you. Jesus is king. Muhammad is a pedophile, piece of crap.
Otherwise, you have a date with Satan.
Well, yeah, but
Story of a different day.
let's avoid that. Unless you're a Calvinist and you just think we have no choice in the matter. But anyways, well, I'm not going to get into that one. But I love you guys. Stay blessed. Pray. Go hug your parents. Give your mom a kiss on the cheek.
Godspeed.
And Godspeed. I love you, brother.
Love you.
Peace.
Oh, by the way,
Oh no.
if you're at a grocery store, okay.
Oh, you have another. Oh, dude, people liked your tip.
I appreciate that. I got another one.
You got another tip?
Yeah, if you're at a grocery store, right, food shopping.
I can't believe you made me say peace and now you're gonna do this.
That's all right. You can edit it. Or don't. Just leave it raw. If you're at a grocery store shopping, right, your ShopRites, whatever the case may be, don't stop when you're at an aisle, right? And you go down the aisle, you make a left or a right to the other aisle, right? Don't stop at the end of the aisle or in that intersection where they usually have like the goods right there, like the crackers, the Oreos, all that shit. Don't stop right there and then, people are walking, dude.
Yeah.
People are walking. And you know what? Things will go a lot smoother if you applied the laws of the road in the supermarket.
Oh,
what do I mean by that?
Stay on the right?
Stay on the right when you're going this way.
Yeah,
Stay on the left.
dude.
That's it.
Bro.
That's it.
That's a big
Don't
one.
park your cart in the middle of the aisle.
Yep.
And things will go smoother.
That's a big one.
Also, if you're Walmart, stop having 20 self-checkouts and 16 of them don't work. Hire more cashiers.
Yeah, come on, Walmart.
$1 billion company. Come on, man. What this shit, man? Unbelievable. Anyways, salud.
Salud. I think I finished mine. Oh, I got one little
It
sip.
was pretty good. Shout out Sam. It was like a little pearish. I taste the smokiness. I taste the pear. It's good. It's not bad. Not bad. It's good.
Love you, peeps.
Godspeed.
See you next week.
Yeah, we will. For sure, dude.